Hey guys, I am going to be showing you our lesson for today. And one of the things that I want to do is to go back over the warm-up that you guys completed and do just a real quick check to see if our answers that we came up with were close to our actual answers. So your first question was 28 plus 37. One way that I know you guys have solved these in the past is to look at the tens place, and I would do 20 plus 30 equals 50. And then the next thing I would do is to look at my ones place, and I would do 8 plus 7 equals 15. And the next thing that I could do is add those two together to get 65. So my answer for 28 plus 37 is 65. Now, one of the things with solving math is that we always want to check our work to see how close we are to make sure that our answer makes sense. So I'm going to do some estimating and some rounding, which is what we'll be working on today. And I know that 28 is close to 30. And I know that 37 is close to 40. So when I add those two together, I get 70. I compare my two numbers, 64 and 70, and usually if they're within 10, I know that my answer is at least reasonable because 65 is close to 70. So that is one way that we can check our work to see if what we have as our answer makes sense. The second problem that you guys had to do was 42 plus 89. And again, I want to solve this by using my parts. So I know that this is 40, this is 80. 40 plus 80 is 120. Then I want to look at my ones, and I can see that 2 plus 9 is 11. So when I add those two together, I get 131. I want to go back and check my work, and I'm going to use estimating to check my work. So 42 is close to 40, and 89 is close to 90. I'm going to add those together and come up with the answer 130. So 131 is close to 130. So I know my answer makes sense. All right, so moving forward with the rounding. So we're going to be using what's called an open number line, and a number line looks like this. It has the arrows on both ends because numbers can go on and on either direction. And then on our number line, we're going to have some open spaces. So we're going to have one at the beginning, one in the middle, and then one at the end. When I think about number lines, I kind of think about my number grid. And I know that my number grid goes from 0 to 100. So I'm going to pull up my number grid. One thing that I like about the hundreds chart is that the numbers are in rows of 10. So we have 1 through 10, 11 through 20, 21 through 30. When I'm talking about tens, I'm looking at the numbers that end in 0. So we often say round to the nearest 10. When we round to the nearest 10, we will always have a 0 in the end of our number, in the ones place of our number. So I'm going to use this idea to help me create my number, open number line to help us for rounding. So our first problem that we had included the number 28. Now, for the number 28, I'm going to start where my 10 is. So the number 28 has two 10s, so I'm going to put 20 on the left side of my number line. Now, if I'm thinking about going to the next 10 or counting by 10s, I would say 10, 20, 30. So I'm going to put 30 on the right side. Now, on the number hundreds chart, anything that's right in the middle always is going to have a 5. So when I'm thinking about looking at that middle number, it's going to be this 10 and then the 5. So it's going to be 25. I can mark this out by saying 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and then 30. So I have my number line completely filled in with all of the numbers. I'm looking for my 28 on the number line. So if I'm looking at 25 right here, 26, 27, 28. This number line right here is 28. Now for rounding, I have two numbers that I could go to. I could go to 20 or I could go to 30. Any number that is before 25 will go to round down to 20. Any number that is 25 or after will round up to 30. So I know that 28 is in between 25 and 30. So for 28, I'm going to round up to 30. The nearest 10 for 28 is 30. All right, let's go through a couple more a little bit quicker. So my next number was 37. We did 28 plus 37. So I'm going to draw my open number line. I know that I'm going to have a number here, a number in the middle, and a number at the right side. So I'm going to look at my 10 in the number. There is a 3, or 3 tens is 30 in the tens place. If I'm counting by tens, I would do 10, 20, 30, and then 40. So I'm going to put 40 on the right side of my number line. Next, I'm going to go right in the middle, and the middle will have a 5. So if I'm thinking about it, I'm going to say 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I want to find 37 on my number line. So here's 35, 36, 37 is right here. 37 is after 35, so I'm going to round up to 40. 37 rounded to this nearest 10 is going to be 40. Let's look at our other number that we had, 42. I'm going to draw my number line, have my beginning, my middle, and my end. I know that my 10 that I start with is 40. My 10 that I end in is 50, my next 10 up. Right in the middle is going to be 45. I can put my lines in 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and then 50. Here's 40, 41, 42 is right here. So anything before 45, we say we round down to 40. So when I round 42 to the nearest 10, I round it to 40. The next number that we used was 89. I'm going to draw my number line. I'll have a beginning number, a middle number, and an end number. And I'm looking at what 10 I already know. So I already know that I have 8 tens or 80. The next higher 10 would be 90. If you're struggling with finding the next higher 10, you can always go to your hundreds chart. And I know that I have 8 tens, so I have 80. The next 10 is going to be the one right below it, and that's 90. My middle number is going to be 85. So again, I can put in my lines 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. I'm looking for 89, so it's 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. Sorry, 86, 87, 88. I have too many numbers here. Let's get rid of that one. Try it again. 86, 87, 88, 89, right here, and then 90. 89 is after 85, so we round up to 90. When we need to round 89 to the nearest 10, we round it to 90. All right, here's where it's going to get tricky. So sometimes we have to round 3-digit numbers to the nearest 10. So if I have the number 121, I need to know where my 10 is. This is the ones place, this is the tens place, this is the hundreds place. My 2 is in the 10. This is the number that I'm going to be rounding it to. So on my open number line, I'm still going to have a beginning, a middle, an end. I'm still going to have 100. This number is not changing. I will still have 100. But now I'm still going to have 2 tens or that many, or the next 10 up. So I'm either going to have, it's either going to be close to 120 or it's going to be close to the next 10 up. So if I'm thinking about counting by tens, I start at 100, 100, 110, 120, 130. So I'm going to have 130 here. Notice my 2 is still here. My 3 is the next one up. They both still have 100 in their number because I'm still going to be looking at hundreds. Right in the middle, we've got 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125 is right in the middle. 126, 127, 128, 129, 130. So now that I've got my number line written, I'm looking for 121. So I've got 120, 121 is right here. Everything before 125 rounds down to 120. When I round 121 to the nearest 10, it's going to be 120. Let's do another one that has hundreds. So let's try 345. So I'm going to look for my tens place. Remember, ones, tens, hundreds. So my 4 is in the tens place. I already know that one of my tens is going to be a 40, but it has 300s before it, so I know it's going to be 340. So drawing my number line, beginning, middle, end, I'm going to say 340 because my 10 is staying the same on the left side. Then I go up to the next 10, still going to need 300, but I'm going to go to the next 10. So after 4 tens is 5 tens, and I'm going to use 350 as my other option. My middle, I would have 341, 342, 343, 344, 345, 346, 347, 348, 349, and then 350. Now, we've been saying anything to the left of 345, we round down. And when we round up, we have to include 345. So all of these numbers, you round up to 350. So since 345 is right in the middle, we're going to go up to 350. A lot of people have some different tricks that they use. One of them is to think about a mountain. Like if you're riding your bicycle up this mountain and you're looking at down here, you're at 350. Sorry, I'm going to go 340. And then you're trying to get to the 350. If you're pedaling really hard, you're at 341, 342, 343, 345, 344, and then 345, 346, 347, 348, 349, 350. So if you think about riding your bicycle and you're going up the mountain and you stop right here, you're going to fall back down the mountain. But if you are riding your bicycle uphill, and remember this is 345 at the top, and you get to the top and you're right here, you're not really going to go back, but you're going to go forward now. So you're going to go to 350. Same thing if you're over here at 347, you would continue going down to 350. This is a hard strategy. This is a hard skill to do. It will take a lot of practicing. So we have a lot of different activities that you are going to work on independently. And when we meet together, we'll be doing some practicing in our meet using pieces of paper so that we can see each other and doing the work together. If you have any questions, just send me an email and I can help you.